Hello folks, Ben from North Georgia Toyota here, bringing you another fun-filled Test Drive Tuesday adventure for our dealership. I'm with Service Manager James Nix. He was actually a guest on our podcast recently. He's going to come along with us for another test drive for a vehicle called the GR Corolla. So this is a very hot ticket item for the summer. Corollas are booming right now, and we want to go ahead and check this out. This is a manual control. So why don't you sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with myself and James. And here we go. Test Drive Tuesdays. Test Drive Tuesdays.
Hey guys, I'm James, the Express Manager at North Georgia Toyota here. The first thing I kind of wanted to talk about with this car is the GR badge here. The GR badge is a sort of lineup that Toyota's doing. We have technically 4 different models. I haven't seen one of them. We have this here, the GR Corolla, we have the GR Supra and the GR86, as well as Toyota makes another model called the GR Yaris. What a lot of people don't know is what GR stands for. GR actually has a meaning, and it's not Toyota Racing Development like TRD. This is actually a different team of people called Gazoo Racing.
Gazoo Racing.
Down here you can see the GR4 engraved in the side skirt. This is Toyota's GR4 all-wheel drive system. I want to start here on some of the outside parts of it. The brakes on the GR Corolla come with 4 piston front calipers, and in the rear we have 2 piston calipers. All 4 corners have slotted rotors. Something else we could talk about is, if you were to compare this to a normal hatchback Corolla, you'll notice that the body is substantially wider. If you want to come over here and get an angle from over here, the body is substantially wider than your base model Corolla, and I believe that's to fit some possible wider tires in order to get better traction. So, under here we have a 3-cylinder, 300 horsepower, 273 foot-pounds of torque turbo engine. The engine code for it is G16E GTS. It's a new engine from Toyota. It has auto valve blast adjusters, roller rockers, dual VVTi. It is both direct and port injected. Overall, it's an astounding engine. To think about 100 horsepower per cylinder is crazy. And for all the people that ever in the future want to restore these vehicles, there's actually a serial number on the side of the engine block just under the intake manifold, so you could have your numbers matching car.
That's some really cool information what James shared with us. So we're going to go ahead and go for a little bit of test drive. And I want to tell you guys something. I never really took the time to drive manual. If I did, it was when I was in high school. Let's just say I made a fool of myself driving this thing, and I just never grasped the concept. So, first time in a long time, or the first time. I know that was a lot of things to say there, but we're going to have James show off the car as we drive in the interior features, and then I'm going to give the car a try as well. So let's go ahead and get inside, get cool, because it's hot out. Now let's check out the inside of the Corolla and make our way down the bypass. So checking out, there's the infotainment center, everything you need to know right there, from the mileage and the speed. Safety features on the wheel, lane departure, and cruise control. And it comes with 8-inch touchscreen, and it comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. And like I said, this is a manual vehicle, so we're going to be controlling it through a different braking system with the clutch and gear. So we're going to use a stick shift. Of course, the emergency brake and other features here, glove box, and environmental control right underneath the touchscreen. So James is going to go ahead and drive this around, and I'm going to go and give this a try for myself and kind of make our way to the back. Over here, this is your standard back seat option, car seat safety.
So of course, on the heads-up display here we have the boost pressure. It shows bar as well as PSI. Down here, of course, we have the third pedals, if you can get down there at shock to my feet. I got 3 pedals, the clutch, the brake, and the gas, as any other manual transmission. Over here to the left, right here in front of you, is the IMT button just here.
Okay, excuse me.
And what that does is it controls the auto rev match for when you're downshifting. Instead of the old heel toe method or clutch in, give it a rev, and put it in the next gear down, it will actually automatically do that for you. If you look over here, this little knob here controls the power distribution between the front wheels and the rear wheels. They have an optional 60-40, 50-50, and 30-70 from the front to the rear, respectively.
So we just got on to Walnut Avenue, and as you can see, James is controlling with both feet and stick.
Here's the interesting part. Whenever I go to downshift, you should be able to see the RPMs over here. Is a downshift?
Yes.
The RPMs will jump and rev match the car for me.
Cool.
Currently in 60-40 mode. So this changes 60-40, 30-70, and if you hit it, I believe that does 50-50.
So anytime that you have controlled here, there will be a little bit of a motion of GR4, 30-70, and all that good features right there. We're making our way to the bypass right now. So how's the feel of the vehicle? What's your opinion as you are driving?
The suspension is extremely stiff, and I'm not going to complain about that because this is by all means a track car. Even going over some of the speed bumps we have in the parking lot, you can really feel just how stiff the suspension is, which is great for traction. Of course, the all-wheel drive system helps with that a lot. Well, one of the cool things I feel about it is, I don't know if I would call it cool, I would call it interesting. So whenever you shift gears, it really feels happy between 3 and 4 grand. I think right now we're in 4th gear, over 5th, and just the power's there, and then even in 6th, just good for, you know, your miles per gallon, getting decent.
We're entering the bypass, picking up some speed. Look at that torque on that thing.
Yeah, I don't really want to give it too much because that right there was the speed limit.
Right, of course. We want to keep it legal.
Yeah, and that was very quick up to speed.
Yes, I have definitely felt that. So what are your thoughts about just picking that up from driving slowly to like getting onto the bypass?
It definitely has plenty of power. It's definitely a 3-cylinder engine. You know, it's got a 10.5-to-1 compression ratio. So it's definitely happier in the higher rev range. So another interesting thing about the clutch on this car is it actually has, it auto adjusts the clutch for wear on the clutch. So basically whenever the clutch engages, it wears over time in the same way brakes do. It adjusts for that. It adjusts the throw of the clutch pedal.
Very cool.
There's just something about this car. This is, it's a niche market that Toyota's got into. That, I mean, honestly, when I look forward to a car, being a sports car fan myself, this ticks off everything on the list. I mean, like, if I'm being completely honest with you, this is probably my dream car over the Supra, over the 86, over any of the other cars in Toyota lineup. This has got to be my dream car from Toyota.
It is a beautiful car. No denying that. Okay, so we're at the Dalton Mall right now. We're switching drivers as we speak. So now we got James' perspective of things, and it's so good that he knows this kind of stuff because very amazing car that you have an option here at North Georgia Toyota to purchase. It's available right now. So like I said earlier in the vlog, I have not really truly driven manual. So James is actually going to teach me a little bit how to drive manual here at the mall. I think it's plenty of space for me to drive around and kind of get to know the car a little bit. I'm going to hand the camera off to him and we're going to see how I do. So let's go ahead and do this. James is going to take over the camera, and as I get on, this might be the dumbest thing we might ever experience.
So first things first, get comfortable in your seating position. You know, you want to make sure you can get that clutch pedal comfortably all the way down to the floor. Just make sure you can get that clutch pedal all the way down to the floor comfortably.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Great. So the first thing I want you to do is, of course, use your right foot to put it on the brake. Clutch pedal all the way down. Yep. Now, put it in first gear. That's all the way to the left and up. Yeah, go all the way to the left and up. Go ahead and release your e-brake. Just make sure you're keeping your right foot on the brake so you're not going to roll anywhere. The first thing... That's okay. Just put your foot back on all the way down on the clutch. Hit the power button with your foot on the brake. First thing I want you to do is very slowly start coming off of the clutch, and you'll notice on your cluster up here, as you let your foot off the clutch, you're going to see the RPMs start dropping, just like that, except that you let off a little bit too quickly. So basically you want to find the engagement point for the clutch onto the flywheel. So whenever you start seeing that RPMs drop is whenever the car is getting ready to move.
Okay.
So you've got your e-brake down, you're in first gear. What you can do is you can let off the brake and then slowly start letting off of the clutch until you start seeing RPMs drop, and you can give the car a little bit of gas. Now when you come to a stop, so again, take your foot off the brake, completely off. Start slowly letting off of the clutch until you start seeing the RPMs drop. They'll raise a little bit because the car is sensing that you're letting off the clutch, and then the RPMs will start dropping. And there we go, you're moving.
Ooh.
Whenever you want to come to a stop, push the clutch in first and then hit the brake. Yeah, the brakes are a little touchy, but that's alright, it's meant to do that.
Alright.
Across the parking lot. Fairly easy. I wasn't too hard with it.
No, not so bad.
A couple little hiccups, but that's normal for somebody that doesn't know how to drive
That's right.
a manual.
What I was going to say.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to insult you, I promise.
Know.
Just remember, whenever you get ready to stop, clutch in first and then use your brakes.
Alright, no one's behind us. I'm going to go ahead and stop. Alright.
That way the car doesn't die on you.
No, sir. Alright. So what do we do to switch gears?
Alright, you'll have to get moving again.
Alright.
And then once you get to a comfortable RPM that you would like to shift gears,
Okay.
You're going to press your foot all the way down on the clutch and just bring it all the way back. I believe that's fourth gear. You want to make sure you're all the way left and back. There you go. That's second gear. Now you
got something behind us.
Yeah, might want to get out of their way.
Oh.
Foot on the brake. Put it in first gear. And when you get up to a speed you feel comfortable to switch gears, you're going to just press your foot all the way down on the clutch and pull it all the way straight back. Don't go over it all. And then let off the clutch. And you're in second gear. second gear, moving around the parking lot. And then again, whenever you get ready to stop, just kind of put your foot on the brake and put your foot on the clutch first and then the brake. Good job, and make sure you start back in first gear from a stop. Yep. Job. Foot down on the clutch, directly down on the gear shift. Yeah, there you go. Second gear, cruising around the parking lot. Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Keeping a good speed.
We don't want to go any faster in this mall.
I completely understand.
So let's switch it over to the third gear.
You sure can. That will be, you'll kind of feel the gear shift spring over just a little bit, and it'll just go straight up.
Okay, so clutch down.
Clutch down in the third gear and let off the clutch. Great shift.
This is a very interesting kind of feel. I have you have to use both feet to kind of drive a manual. And like you said earlier, it's like riding a bike.
Now, when you want to slow down, and now that you're in a sort of higher gear, you're going to want to put your foot, I'm not saying doing it right this second, but whenever you get ready to, you're going to put your foot down on the clutch, go back into second gear. You can go ahead and you can try that if you'd like. Just clutch down, pull it out of the gear into second, and it's going to rev up for you. Put your foot off the clutch. There you go. And now you're in second gear again. And whenever you want to come to stop, you'll just clutch, brake, and come to a stop. Put it back in first gear.
Back to first gear in a second.
That's first gear. Good job.
Well, that was actually a lot of fun to try out this vehicle for the first time driving manual. This beautiful GR Corolla. All thanks to James's teachings to show me how this actually works. I hope this is beneficial and educational for inexperienced manual drivers like myself. But as I'm still here at the dealership, I am going to do my best to master manual control cars. Of course, more teachings from James. Maybe more sessions in the future for other things like that. And that leads to the end, my friends, of this particular vlog for the GR Corolla. This was a lot of fun. James, once again, you knocked out of the park with us with our stuff, with the podcast and Test Drive Tuesdays. We'll definitely see more of James, and you'll be hearing more of him in our podcast, future stuff to come for our content. If you guys enjoyed this particular vlog, please like the video, subscribe, follow us on our social medias. James, anything else you want to say?
It's for sale.
It's for sale here. So, one of you guys, or women, want this vehicle, come and see
Amazing
us.
car. Probably my dream car at this point.
So,
after driving it.
You might want to buy it before James does. So, we'll see you guys in the next one.